Yes, my name is Itumeleng Kimane, and I've been a consultant with UNICEF in the effort of trying to establish a Justice for Children program for Lesotho. This was a 6 month consultancy. We started the work in June, mid-June, and the first phase is intended to be completed by this week, actually, on the 16th of December. We have this program as a joint effort between the government of Lesotho, represented mainly by 3 ministries. The first one being the Ministry of Justice and Correctional Services, the second one being the Ministry of Social Development, because always to the justice issues involving children, these two ministries represent two sides of the same coin. But in the program is also participating in the program is also the Ministry of Police, because of the critical role they also have to play in the delivery of justice system for justice services for children. There are other ministries, of course, that are participating. For example, the Ministry of Home Affairs with their national identity and civil registration services. We also have the Ministry of Law, Human Rights and Constitutional Affairs, where the department or the Directorate of Public Prosecutions is located. There are also in the program participating the civil society organizations that can contribute to the delivery of justice services for children. We have, I think, worked satisfactorily hard at the beginning of this program, and we have had a series of activities. For example, we have had engagements with a series of networks and key stakeholders in this program. We have had an engagement with the ministers responsible for the key ministries that we have already mentioned, and we introduced the program to them, and we also identified the challenges that we have because we have not been implementing the Child Protection and Welfare Act, the aspects of that legislation which pertain to justice for children. We have also engaged with the training institutions that give us the workforce that works within the justice for children sector, because what we noted is that the content of their training, pre-service training, does not really have much in as far as justice for children is concerned. So we need to see how this problem can be overcome so that we get relevant, skilled personnel that comes into the justice for children sector. We have had engagement with the National Overseas Committee, which looks after general child protection issues and services, as well as the district child participation committees that work with this committee at district level. The same thing with them is that we were introducing the program, the challenges, and what we think should happen, so as to speed up the implementation of the relevant sections of the Child Protection and Welfare Act. We also did make presentations about the program to the Lesotho network, alternative care network, which is basically made up of stakeholders from the child care facilities that we have in the country, people who also deliver services in the area of adoption and foster care as well, and other related stakeholders. The network is made up of people from government and also from the civil society organizations. We have had an opportunity also to make a similar presentation to the civil society organizations that work under the Lesotho Council of NGOs, which is an umbrella body, but we have some of the NGOs that work specifically with children. So we have introduced the program to them as well, and also sensitize them to the challenges that we have because the legislation has not been implemented. The other key activities that we have undertaken during this period, the 6 months period, has been the 3 workshops that we held specifically to enhance the knowledge of the practitioners within the Justice for Children sector. The first one really examined the concept itself, the philosophy of justice for children, especially within the context of international standards for child rights. We also examined the philosophy of justice for children within the context of the regional African instruments, and also within the context of our own domestic policy and legal frameworks. That was the first workshop. The second workshop we held specifically to look at restorative justice and diversion, because they are very central to the delivery of justice services for children according to the Child Protection and Welfare Act that we have. So we wanted to assist the practitioners to begin to understand what restorative justice and diversion involve, and to look at how particularly the civil society organizations could contribute to the implementation of the provisions of the Act that are focused on restorative justice and diversion. The final workshop that we have had was on the development of referral mechanisms and standard operational procedures for case management within within Justice for Children and among the practitioners that are involved. And we believe that the practitioners have been able to learn a lot about justice for children in particular, but also with the view of trying to improve on their delivery of justice for children services in the country. we are hopeful that perhaps further resources will be availed, not by UNICEF alone, but also by the ministries, so that we can continue. I think the good work that we have started. I think for the benefit of the children in Lesotho.